Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Story Time at the Cabin. Grab yourself a cup of hot chocolate, cozy in, and get ready for a story from the world famous storyteller, Trent Nilsson.
Is it story time already?
It's story time.
What story? What story would you like to hear?
I want to hear about Jeebs.
Oh, that's a good story.
I'm going to come sit over here. Oh,
That's a hard story to tell.
first I'm going to get my hot cocoa.
It's a hard story to tell because I get a little emotional.
Oh.
Because there was a time in my life where I scared two of my children so bad that I felt really guilty as a father. Doesn't happen often, but it happened. Is that the story you want to hear?
That's the story I want to hear.
Okay, well, gather your family around. It's going to happen. There's going to be a story. Jeebs.
Hold on, let me zoom in. Introduce you to Jeebs. That's Winter Jeebs.
Let me tell you the story of Jeebs. This all began some years ago. Wow, it's hard to set the premise. My kids were small. They were little. I think my oldest was 11, 12. And then his brother, they're all 2 years apart. So there's a 12-year-old, 10-year-old, 8-year-old, 6-year-old. We're all living in the house. And it's a weekend night around Halloween. The kids are in. We're making, I think my second oldest was making Tootsie Rolls for school. We made like a batch of like an 8-pound Tootsie Roll. And I went outside to get something, and my neighbors across the street were moving and said, "Hey, we can't take our mannequin. His name's Jeebs. He's a butler. Would you like him?" And my brain started going click, 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 click. And I looked at him and I said, "Oh, if you don't need him anymore, I would appreciate having him for a while." So I walked across the street, I picked him up, and I walked him around the back of the house and set him in the kitchen window from the outside. Walked back in the house and began to call the kids around and said, "Hey, guys, I need to talk to you about something." And when you're little and your dad comes in and he's serious, you listen. And in my most serious voice, I said, I was just listening to the radio, and there's a police report that someone in our neighborhood is stalking homes. They don't know a lot about him, but he's created a lot of havoc. And just to be aware, not to go outside tonight. There's someone coming around the neighborhoods and doing things that they shouldn't. I just want to let you guys know that. My kids they got very serious. Okay, all right, Dad, okay. And then they went about their business. And we moved to the kitchen where we were making Tootsie Rolls. And above the sink in the window was Jeebs. Now, if you look at him, he had a red hoodie on with the hood over him, eyeballs in, and he had sunglasses on. And he was in the window. And it was, mind you, it was black, pitch black outside. It was dark.
He didn't look as jolly as he does now.
No. But it was dark outside, light in the cabin. So when you look out the window, you just see this glow of a face with a hoodie. And we're playing with the Tootsie Rolls, and my son looks over and goes, I had left to go outside. And he yelled, "What is that?" Ah! And, okay, this is before Sherry. I was married to a gal named Joy. And he says, "Joy!" And she comes running into the kitchen just as I move Jeebs away from the window.
Did she know about Jeebs?
She knew nothing about Jeebs. Nobody knew anything about Jeebs except myself and the neighbors. Joy and Taylor go running over to the window, and she's like, What? He's like, "That's what my dad was telling us about. Somebody was looking." As they discuss this, I move Jeebs around to the other side of the kitchen, to the sliding glass door behind the blinds that were closed. Set him there. Came back in the house. Dad, Dad, Dad! Oh my gosh, we saw somebody outside. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. No, you didn't. Don't be a dumb little kid. As I open the blinds to the window and walk away. So, about 40 seconds later, the kids are in the kitchen. They look over the window. I have exited the house again. They see Jeebs in his full glory, standing on the porch outside the sliding glass window. I hear screams in the house. I'm outside of the house right now. I hear screams in the house. They run out of the room. I move Jeebs. Put him over by the garage. Came in the house. Dude, they're like freaking out because they've seen him twice now. And the police are looking for him. He's a dangerous guy. I downplay it. I'm like, children, you guys are scared of everything. Let's watch a movie. Come on. All right. Grab some Tootsie Rolls. Let's go into the living room. We sit down. We start a nice movie, a family movie. We're about 15 minutes into it and my phone rings. I answer. Oh my gosh. I'm with the kids watching the movie. My phone rings. I answer. The neighbors across the street are like cracking up. They're like, dude, what's going on? We've seen you move him around the house. I'm like, yes, officer. I understand. Okay. I will let them know. Click. I look over at the children. They've already muted the movie. Paused it. They're like, what? You were talking to the cops? I'm like, yeah, they're just doing calls around the neighborhood to see if we've seen anything and said to report if we have. Now, what have you guys really seen? Have you really seen something outside of the windows? Oh my gosh, my kids are coming unglued at this point. And I'm like, I just talked to the police. They're very concerned. Someone's in our neighborhood. All right, whatever. You didn't see anything. It was your imagination. Let's watch the movie. We start the movie again. It's about 40 minutes later. I have to go to the bathroom. I get up and leave. They don't notice. It's an interesting part of the movie. I grab Jeebs, bring him in the house, take him down the stairs, around the corner, and set him there. It's where my two oldest sleep. I'm like, this is going to be awesome. Go back up, watch the movie. It's like an hour and a half later. No police have called anymore. Nothing's happened. Movie ends. We're all happy. We feel good. It was a great movie. The dog didn't die. It was awesome. We huddle as a family. The two younger run upstairs. Joy goes up to get her jammas, and I follow Caden and Taylor to go to the basement. Now, we go through the kitchen, and there is a long stairway that goes downstairs, and then it banks to the right to their bedroom. Taylor goes down first. Caden goes down after him. Turn the corner. Now, the lights are on in the stairwell. There's no lights on around the corner. Jeebs is right there. This is where I actually felt bad as a father for the first time in my life. They go down. Now, Taylor is my son that he's a red personality. He doesn't get emotional. Everything is a matter of fact. This. And he is like, oh, so confident. He's going down first. Caden tiptoeing on his heels down behind him. Taylor turns the corner. Caden's about halfway down the stairs when he hears Taylor scream bloody murder and comes booking back around that corner, crawls right over Caden, whoa, all the way up the stairs, grabbing onto me. Caden, he sees how upset Taylor is, this Donald Trump of the home that nothing phases, and he's in tears. Caden immediately is in tears, trucking right up after him. Well, I start to feel bad at this point, but my instincts kick in. I will save you guys. I'm going to run down there and see what's scary. So I go, what? Trucking downstairs, turn the corner, and begin to act like there's an altercation. beyond the corner where they can't see but they can hear, as they're huddling on top of the stairs with tears coming down their eyes. Well, I alter a little bit. There's walls. We're banging into walls. Jeebs' head falls off. Boing, 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 across the hallway. All right, Trent. Not a good father moment. It was at that point I came around the corner with humility in my heart and consoled my children and told them this was a joke. It took them a long time to realize I was joking with them with Jeebs. And the police call was fake. And the guy out the window was fake. And the last 4 hours of our lives were just fake. As they trusted me to protect them. Hence, Jeebs went into the dark corners of the basement for a couple of years. Once the kids matured a little bit, they went and look around the corner and they'd see Jeeb's hand with boxes all packed around him, and oh, that's that guy. So it was a few years later we brought him out, and now he's a part of the family and he protects our cabin. So anyway, it was one of those parent moments where you felt really bad doing it, but dang, 10 years later it's an awesome story.
Oh, and now he's all dressed up for the holidays.
Yeah.
Jeebs.
Member of our family.
Brings us good memories.
I like his shirt.
He has an awesome shirt. Thanks for the story.
Yeah.